Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about unknown places you won't believe exist. So make sure to watch the full video. If you're a frequent traveler, you may think you've already seen a lot. We're not here to disappoint you, but to show you some places that even we cannot believe exist. Photos you're about to see and stories you're about to read will blow your mind. You might think these images are from the movie Avatar, or perhaps some distant Earth-like planet. We present 10 unbelievable places. 1. Underwater Waterfall, Mauritius. Mauritius is known for its idyllic beaches and crystal-clear sea. Still, there's an unbelievable phenomenon at the island's southwest corner. It appears to be an underwater waterfall. Despite how it looks, this isn't actually a flowing region of water, but instead, an optical illusion that happens because of the seafloor structure. The island sits on an ocean shelf, no more than 500 feet deep at the edge of the shelf. However, it soon plunges to depths of almost 2.5 miles. 2. Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most scenic countries in the world, but beyond the peaks of the mountain ranges, the deep valleys, and the glaciers are a series of caves that seem to have come straight from a fairy tale. This is because they're home to glowworms, the species of fungus known locally as TTY, which means projected over water. The bioluminescence produced in the insects' abdomens is designed to attract prey. It results from a chemical reaction between a luciferase enzyme and a molecule of lucifer. 3. Tianzi Mountains, China. China's Tianzi Mountains in the Hunan province are some of the most unusual mountain formations in the world, covering an area of around 17,000 acres. They're made from quartz sandstone and first began to emerge from the earth about 400 million years ago. The subsequent rock erosion has created these skinny mountains, which reach a peak of 3,976 feet. They are named after the legend of a farmer who revolted against an oppressive regime and called himself the Son of Heaven. 4. Grand Prismatic Spring, Wyoming, USA. The stunningly colorful Grand Prismatic Spring is in Yellowstone National Park and is the largest hot spring in the USA. It's bigger than a football field at about 370 feet wide, and with a depth of at least 160 feet. You could fit a 10-story building inside. The spring is fed through a crack in its floor, through which as much as 560 gallons of water is released into it every minute. Its normal temperature is 160 degrees Fahrenheit. As a result, it's surrounded by such vibrant rings. 5. Mount Roraima, Venezuela. We're so used to seeing natural formations that have irregular shapes that it seems almost impossible for something to have a rigid design to it. Mount Roraima in Venezuela isn't your ordinary mountain though, and its 12-square-mile summit is surrounded by 1,300-foot-tall cliffs, almost in a square shape. It's actually on a tripoint border between Venezuela, Guyana, and Brazil, and has long been part of local belief. 6. Lake Retba, Senegal. On the northwest coast of Africa, about 18 miles northeast of the Senegalese capital Dakar, is a lake like anything you'll find elsewhere in the world called Lake Retba. It has extremely high salt content, which provides ideal conditions for Dunaliella salina to thrive, which are bright red color to make the water appear pink. This unusual hue is far more prominent during the region's dry season between November and June, and the effect is accentuated by the magenta bushes that grow around its shores. The lake is an important economic center too, with thousands of people relying on retrieving and selling the salt deposits and fishing the waters. 7. Red Beach, Panjin, China. China is a country that's full of incredible geographic sites. Still, there's perhaps none as surprising as the Red Beach in Panjin. It's around the mouth of the Panjin-Shanghai Sea River, where the soil is so alkaline that very few species of plants can grow. One that does particularly well is the sweet salsa, which has a deep red color and is why the region looks so remarkable. Mars was once thought to be red because it was covered in crimson plants, and if that were true, the beach at Panjin is surely how it would have appeared. With so many plants growing on the shores, Red Beach is the largest wetland area in the world. 8. The Crooked Forest, Poland. Deep within a forest near the town of Grafino in Poland is a phenomenon that has confused researchers and visitors alike ever since it was first discovered, called the crooked forest. An estimated 400 pine trees have, for some reason, grown very differently from normal. It's thought they were planted during the 1930s when the region was a part of Germany, and after emerging from the ground like usual, they bent towards the north for several feet before growing upwards again. It's not known why this has happened, and why it's something that only these 400 trees have done. But there are a couple of theories. The first is that it's the result of human design, perhaps because of a tool used when they were first planted. 9. Stone Forest, Madagascar. Madagascar is usually considered a place with an unusual amount of biodiversity, but its geographical features are equally impressive. Within the Retba National Park, the stone forest began life hundreds of millions of years ago as a lagoon. Limestone deposits formed on the bed, and due to tectonic activity, were lifted above the water surface. As the lagoon receded, more limestone was revealed, which was worn away by the monsoon rains over the following millennia. This, combined with groundwater erosion that formed caves that subsequently collapsed, has left a series of towers with canyons between them, resulting in the largest such formation in the world. 10. Richal structure, Mauritania. Also known as the Eye of Africa, the Richal structure is a strange formation in the desert rock near the small town of Awadane in Mauritania. The inverse dome is 25 miles in diameter and has exposed various layers of rock that appear like concentric rings. It's one of the easiest natural structures to see from space, but amazingly it's tough to see from ground level. You were there, you'd probably be unable to notice anything different about it from the surrounding. Entirely how it was formed has been the subject of scientific debate ever since it was first discovered in the 1930s. The first assumption was that it was an impact crater from a meteorite, but the lack of evidence of any superheated rocks has ruled this out. Some ridges and valleys follow the concentric lines of the Richal structure, and evidence has been found that humans have lived here for hundreds of thousands of years. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.